This week,
we round out the year with the Spring Pep Rally,
Breakdancing Club Bust a Move,
Varsity Baseball beats Prairie Ridge,
McHenry Messenger fools the school,
and APLAC hosts their annual film festival.
All of that and more on the Warrior Weekly. Good morning, Warriors, and welcome to this week's edition of the Warrior Weekly presented by Warrior Student Media. I'm Jackie Quintanall.
And I'm Heather Dombrowski. Today we break it down with Sub-Element, catch a W with baseball, and celebrate McHenry's own film festival.
But first, MCHS kicked off spring break with our final pep rally of the year. Warrior Student Media has the story today.
On Thursday, March 23rd, MCHS hosted its spring pep rally. Students poured into the main gym by class to celebrate each other and watch their classmates compete in a variety of challenges. Cara Vandermeiden leads the pep rally committee in uniting the student body.
I think the students have to feel connected to the school, and what we're seeing is more and more students who feel disconnected and don't want to be here. It's affecting their grades, it's affecting their behaviors. We want people to enjoy being here, and even if they don't know it right now, realize that they're going to look back and miss high school when it's gone.
From spirit chants to exciting competitions, the actions never stopped at the pep rally.
There will be the dizzy race and human pyramid where a couple of kids will be spinning around on baseball bats and running to the other side to build a human pyramid. There will be 6 kids total. There will also be an inflatable where it will be the toxic meltdown, the thing where like you stand on something and like something spins around and tries to knock you off of it. Prom court will be announced at the pep rally, so that'll be really fun. Then the spirit chant is always to finish it off.
While the spring pep rally can be labeled as a success, MCHS still has room to grow in celebrating school spirit.
Yeah, I need students to really not be afraid to get into it. Last time we had a pep assembly, students were into it, and we actually had to ask them to stand up. It's almost like y'all have forgotten how to have fun a little bit in big groups. So we want you to be loud, we want you to be engaged, we want you to be into it. And you know, it's for you and it's for fun.
For most students, the thrill in pep rallies come from the competitions, but for Vandermeiden, something else keeps her interested in planning them.
I like everybody being in the same place at the same time, even though it's a little nuts with all 2,200 kids in the same room. It's a really great opportunity for freshman campus and upper campus to unite as one school.
The first year of pep rallies at the upper campus has seen great success, and they're set to run bigger and better next year. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Kylie Chanowski, Brielle Kakamo, Madison Harvey, and Heather Dombrowski.
Next, McHenry has one of the most exclusive clubs a high school could have, called Sub-Element. Members of Warrior Student Media got down with the new MCHS club this past week.
I believe it.
With many unique clubs at our school, students at MCHS can find a home in very unexpected places. Club advisor Otto Corso explains how he and the members of Breakdancing Club Sub-Element shake up the school environment.
I not only give them the foundations of like the history of breakdancing, I actually do it with them. So it's always a workout for me, it's a workout for the students. We go over reviewing some of the moves, some of the basics, and we typically also try to get as many students that are walking the halls to join us. Right, to just like most of the time we at least get them to look our way, like what are they doing, hoping that we get more recruits. And sometimes we get kids to dance with us, sometimes they're like, nah, it's not my cup of tea, I'm out of here.
Since joining the club, members have grown more confident in their skills and have developed their own style for the moves. Senior Brandon Rivera has participated all throughout high school.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I improved so much because I looking at the old videos, like when I first performed freshman year, I sucked. Like I was trash, and now I feel like I'm at least a little bit decent since then. So I feel like I improved a lot.
Sub-Element has shown off their talent a few times in front of the student body, being invited to perform at pep rallies and dancing and other popular events. Senior Jose Ortega reflects on his past dances.
I danced in Battle of the Bands, which was my first time performing, and I think I've improved a lot.
The Breakdancing Club has become a safe space for students at MCHS to express themselves through dance. Sub-Element is looking for new members for the 2023 to 24 school year. Students of all skill levels are welcome to come and learn how to bust a move. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, we're Kennedy Titor, Freedom Tomasello, Ellie Machashik, and Layla Moreno.
Now, after a fourth place finish in state last season, varsity baseball looked to start their year off on the right foot against rivals Prairie Ridge, coming home with the win.
Last Wednesday, April 5th, the McHenry varsity boys baseball team came out on top with an 11-3 victory against Prairie Ridge. The McHenry boys varsity team riding high last season with the win at state, the varsity boys coach, Mr. Brian Rockweiler, explains his overall feel and optimism for the new upcoming season.
I feel pretty good. We've had some pretty tough games so far with some good competition, and we've had some games where we've played really well, and then we had a couple games where we struggled a little bit, which is probably going to happen a little bit with a younger team.
With the thrill this win brings the team, senior Leighton Grubik describes the overall accomplishments of the team out in the field.
Our game was great. I thought we played as a team. We hit the ball well. We threw the ball well. I think overall our team played great.
Senior Cooper Cohn comments on the excitement and energy the boys varsity team is bringing this season and describes his anticipation for the upcoming season so far.
We're rolling. We're having a lot of fun. So the energy is good. The guys are super excited. Finally getting guys to relax a little bit, and the bats are coming around. It's a lot of fun.
Already starting off the season with new faces and new opportunities ahead for the varsity boys team, we only wish them luck on their next games of the season. Catch the next home game Wednesday, April 12th at Peterson Park to cheer them on. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Alyssa Thomas, McKenna Harvey, Allie Casey, and Keith Pierce.
Be sure to catch the Warriors at Peterson Park for their next game tomorrow night against Jacobs.
Next, you're used to the usual news and entertainment that the McHenry Messenger releases every day. But did you catch their April Fool's issue?
Today, we interviewed the minds behind the McHenry Mess, the April Fool's edition for McHenry's own newspaper. We first interviewed Nikki Sisson on how different it is than the normal editions.
The McHenry Mess is our April Fool's edition of the newspaper, so it's kind of like a spin-off of what we usually do with satirical articles.
Gabe Santos is another member of journalism that worked on the McHenry Mess. He explains where the idea came from that started the edition.
So it was an idea before I came around to be part of the Messenger, but I'm pretty sure it was inspired by just satirical newspaper websites. I forget the name, but there's this website that writes just fake stories for community purposes, and we wanted to do that for April Fool's Day.
The McHenry Mess was not only a rewarding experience, but a fun one as well. Students were able to put their own ideas and twists into this month's issue.
It's been really fun. We've had a lot of fun, coming up with topics that we can kind of, make fun of or, write about in almost a journalistic way that makes a point through joking about it. But it's also been fun for me because I've gotten to kind of design a lot of the stuff behind it and work on laying out the print edition of it, so that's been fun. I enjoy that.
The McHenry Mess was a lighthearted and funny way to display fake news that hopefully stays for years to come. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, we are Lex Bach, Colin Chanowski, Brian Waykazer, and Vance Dorsum.
Finally, each year, AP Language and Composition classes spend half their semester putting together a documentary to share with the school.
WSM caught up with the students of APLAC to talk about the biggest project of the year.
Last Thursday was the 14th annual APLAC Film Festival, where students were able to display topics that they were passionate about.
Well, the Film Festival is the end project of AP Language and Composition students, and so we gather in the Warrior Room and we watch the documentaries that all the AP students created.
Some students choose to present topics about our school. Channing Kepi talks about our school's use of AIM.
Well, the first thing was that we were thinking about something that's wrong with the school, and the biggest thing that we were literally in AIM when we chose the topic. So we were like, nobody's actually doing anything, so let's just pick the topic on that.
The documentary is the final project of the year for APLAC. Students have been working for months putting it all together.
They have to interview 3 people who agree with them and 1 person who disagrees with them. They have to do background research on the topic. They have to conduct a survey that kind of shows students' ideas and then teachers' ideas about whatever the topic is, and then compile it together in a 5 to 6 minute documentary. It's a really short one that kind of shows all of the information that they got.
The hardest thing, the hardest thing in the process was actually getting the footage, because we could only get footage from AIM, which half the time we don't even have AIM, and then we would walk around and then everybody was actually doing something. So whenever we would try and get hallway footage, I would feel, because I was the recorder, so I would feel awkward actually recording random people that I didn't know. So
Even with the challenges of creating their documentary, students still created some memorable works.
There were a lot dealing with social media and technology. So those are, I think, they're all pretty interesting, I gotta say. So anything that's unique stands out. There's one about a penny, like getting rid of the penny. I thought that was interesting.
One topic actually that I didn't know much about at all was this one about beauty pageants and like how people like behave in beauty pageants and things like that. The school safety system was actually pretty interesting as well.
Stay tuned for the APLAC Awards ceremony and for students to receive awards. For the Warrior Weekly, we're Maddie Spencer, Riley Byron, Cooperton Bruin, and Emberlyn Carlson.
That's all for today's show. Be sure to follow the Warrior Weekly on all social media platforms, including Twitter, Insta, and TikTok.
For Heather Dombrowski and all of Warriors student media, I'm Jackie Quinsnell. Have a great week, Warriors.